with growth
Yeah.
is consistency. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah.
And it's something that I am learning along the way. But I will say something to you too, as a woman of faith.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get burnout a little bit, and we
Yeah.
take a break, but we take a break too long, Demar. And two weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a young lady I did an interview with came. She sent me a message and she said, "What? Why me not say
Yeah.
nothing?" And she said, "Don't you know that there are people waiting on your content?" And then she said to me, she said, "As a matter of fact, your name, the name that you give your business, and even you, and nobody thinks that your brightness, that
Yeah.
had to have been God." But and I tell you, since then I've just been, I feel like fire lit up,
Yeah.
literally lit up. Because the thing is, Damara, we tend to think that we tend to forget that when we enter social media space and we build a following, always remember that they're waiting. People are waiting on what you have to offer, especially when you become known for substance. I see
Yeah.
12 persons, and I don't know if it's 12 for me or 12 for you. I don't know which side they're on, but it's good to see persons on, and them start like up the thing. Oh
I
my
know that
God.
know the thing, man. But it's
It is,
funny. It's funny enough that you say that because I was coming home at nuts earlier and we're having a conversation, right?
yeah,
I was talking to somebody who just moved to Canada and she
yeah.
started a YouTube channel and she's been pretty consistent, but she's getting a little demotivated.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling her that just to remain consistent even when she don't see any results because with
Yes.
everything in life, motivation gets you started, but
Yeah.
consistency get it done, right?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
motivation will get you to the beginning point, but
Mm-hmm.
motivation is not gonna always take you all the way through. You have to be consistent, and that's with
Yes.
everything in life, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's so funny that you started with that because 100% that is so true.
Yeah.
Consistent effort, consistent
When
energy.
when yeah, and putting yourself in it. Let me tell you, it's the same thing. We keep saying that when you enjoy what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life, right? Well,
Uh,
I'll say this too. The same thing. If you're going to come on social media, if you're going to come and you're going to make, especially for YouTube or any of the channels that you have the ability or the potential of earning from it, right?
yeah.
It's considered to be a business. One,
Mhm.
two, if you do it with passion and do it with all your might, you'll never work a day basically on it.
That
It
and
will it
that
will
is it.
come naturally. Because see persons commenting here, Debs, just tell them, you literally just link me and we say, look here, we could just go live. We just we just run in on the thing, right?
You
Because
understand?
we realize it's something. One, I love this. I tell persons, I say, listen, I can be down, but just tell me say camera. And when you say
Yeah.
camera, me say, what? Me say, Ray, come on.
But how
Please,
do you?
eh?
So just to give persons a little bit of perspective, right? So
Yeah.
Simone Storch here, she is a YouTuber as well. She has her YouTube channel. All things positive, by the way. But we work at the same bank, but in different countries. So
Countries.
different countries. She's based in Jamaica. Of course, she's a part of the Canadian dream as well. Want to make the move and all of those lovely stuff. But how do you stay motivated? Is what I want to know. Like for
Yeah.
example, let's put it to your Canadian dream right now, right? Of
Yeah.
course, there might not necessarily be a way that's obvious in front of you right now, but you're working towards
Mhm.
it still, and you're pushing towards it still, even though nothing is really obvious as yet, right? How
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
stay motivated?
You see, you have to have a dream. I'm gonna share something with you. To come back to that, this particular channel, guys, couple years ago, it was 2018, I think. At the time I had 7 books, Debs, and I reached out to this lady because I wanted to help with some marketing. And she said to me, she said she's gonna write a marketing plan, but she was so excited that I had 7 books that I had self-published. And by the way, guys, to date I have maybe about 18 books or so.
Sure.
And
Here are
she
man.
said
Yeah.
to
Big
me,
up yourself.
she said to me, thank you, sir. When she came back to me, she came back to me with a TV program written. But the thing is, the TV program was written in order to produce it. She gave me a bill of 40 million. Now, let me tell you something. 40 million in Jamaica, me not gonna produce no TV show. 40 million, me go buy one house. Right? And so I said, let me keep this. And it's like gradually every day I would put out on social media or on my WhatsApp status, I'm gonna have a global TV station. I'm gonna have a global TV station. Honestly, me know so me couldn't think about where 40 million I go come from, but I kept the dream. I couldn't get it out of my head.
Yeah.
Would you believe me? If I tell you one day a friend of mine, we got up and said we're going to go look at a house. I didn't need a house. We just decided to go look at a house. When we
Mm-hmm.
got there, we couldn't see the house. It was a new development. And so the lady who was with us, she said she had some friends who has a house from the same developer.
Yeah.
When we got over there, nice property, nice house up in Red Hills. I heard my girlfriend who I went with, I heard her screaming, Simone, Simone. So I wonder if she screaming out my name. So I went inside, and when I went in, the owner of the house, he's sitting in his settee, nice carpet and stuff. But I looked on the wall and I saw on the wall this TV, he had a clipping, a newspaper clipping. It said the Caribbean's first TVN station. And I
Yeah.
looked at the picture on the wall and I looked in the city and I said, but it's the same person.
Yeah.
And so I said to him instantly, I said, sir, what do you do? And he said he owned a particular TV station here in Jamaica, which it's on the cable. I can say it because that's where I was first. It's
Yeah.
MTM. I saw it on TV, but I thought it was an international
Mm-hmm.
station. Look here, so I discovered said the man, the owner for this TV station, and me I one TV program. And me in the man house, me kick off my shoes and jump into the man's settee.
Yeah, man.
And I said to him, I said, sir, I have a TV program written. And I kid you not, the man said to me, come link me tomorrow morning. And
Mm-hmm.
so the next morning I went to his office and he said to me, I will produce the show for you. And I said, how much to do it? And he said, I'll produce the show. And I said, how much to do it? And he said, come, me show you the studio. And he walked
Yeah.
around and he showed me. And I said, how much to produce the show? And
Mm-hmm.
he said, let me tell you something. If I tell you how much, you will not come back. And there is a vision. There's something that you must accomplish. And if I tell you, you will not accomplish it. Go find your guests and come back. And that's how uniquely me got started without a dollar. If you have a dream, keep it alive. Put it out in the atmosphere. Listen, my husband will tell you everything. He says, he don't know how me do it. Everything. I don't need, I will spend all night up researching. How did I find you? Me not stop
Yo,
because I
I
bit.
forgot to take off my shirt,
Listen,
because you burn up your life already, because here I go on.
I,
You see the
I
way how
was
you
binging
start?
you. Yeah, I was binging you. And I said, no, I have to find this young man because the thing is, you have to, when you find something that you enjoy, find the people that's doing it. There's nothing new under the sun, number one. There's
Yeah.
nothing hard. What is hard is that you don't have the knowledge. It's once you get the knowledge, you realize that, look here, there's nothing. I started watching you from you had about 1,000 subscribers. You're
Yeah.
gone over 6,000 there now. I mean, I said, may I watch you? Because before this year is through, you're going to be over that 10,000 going up to 20,000 mark, if not
Keep
at the 20.
talking, man. Keep talking.
And,
Keep talking. Keep talking.
and
Keep
at the
talking.
rate
Cause
you're
I
going,
receive it.
at the rate you're going, of course, at the rate you're going, you see, if you keep that consistency going, keep
Yeah.
that consistency going. I tell you, number one, the consistency, keep putting content that we want. Three, you are already in a niche that persons
Mhm.
want to hear. A lot of Jamaicans, a lot of Caribbean people want to make it to Canada. And so you are giving us substance. Always remember that people are coming to your channel for substance. Them
Yeah.
are. And if you continue to give substance, what you will find, you don't have to tell nobody to for share. People will begin to tell persons. And not only that, I'll tell you something that a lot of people don't know. You see, YouTube is a chatterbox.
Uh-huh.
In other words, what do I mean by that? You see, when YouTube see conversation going on your channel, and so everything you put out, when YouTube see that there are conversations happening, YouTube starts saying, no man, this channel needs to be aired, and YouTube becomes a promoter for you. So continue to put the things out. Yes, so when you start, you know, see nothing. 0 subscribers, 0 watch. Eh? And sometimes you put it out, 2 person watch it, 3 persons watch it.
Uh-huh.
You never know when the channel will go viral. In other words, and it doesn't have to be just your channel, your business, your
Uh-huh.
purpose. Once you keep doing it, let's use the workplace, for instance. So you are a frontline person, right? And you are just there doing your own thing in that you've owned it, right? And you're saying to yourself, I want to be the best teller. I want to be the best sales officer. And you just need to serve one customer. That one customer begin to tell others, and before you know it, you not
Uh-huh.
have you can go for lunch because your pipeline just keep going. And so what you say motivation gets you started, but it is consistency that keeps you in the game.
That's it. That's it. That's it. A lot of persons are motivated, and they'll get started, but they're not consistent. They're not consistent with their effort. I don't know what's happening. Digital must say act up. I don't know. A digital I use
And that
are
means that too. I know a flow me have, and them better not bother with
yeah.
it.
As master in all aspects of life, it's the same thing. Um, Goals, planning, going towards your dreams. Sometimes we
Yeah,
get up on other days we're more motivated than other days. Some days we're low, some days we're up. It's just how it is. We're just human beings, right? But at the end of the day,
yeah.
if we are consistent towards that goal, it doesn't matter how slow you go. As long as you
Yeah.
keep going step by step by step by step, even when you're down, you're still doing something towards that goal. Chances are
Mm-hmm.
you will achieve that goal, whatever it is. And I'm a firm
Yes.
believer in that also. I believe that, listen, if you want something bad enough, and
Yes.
like you go to your bed and you can't even stop dreaming about it or fantasize about it, it's like
Mm-hmm.
everything we want, like you can touch it. All you need
Yes.
to do is to put it into the atmosphere and work
Mm-hmm.
towards it,
Yeah.
and then everything will become yours, right?
Can I share
And
something else with you? Let me tell you something. One of my book, I decided I wanted to explore to see just how the process goes, and so I had taken on this company, Happy Self Publishing. They
yeah,
took that book, my Uniquely Me book. They took that book to bestseller. I kid you not. In the same atmosphere, one night I was lying in bed, and I kept hearing something said to me, "Go downstairs, go prepare a 90-day journal, devotional. Go downstairs because I always have content." Go
yeah,
downstairs. And I'm saying, I'm so tired. I can't go downstairs now. I'm so tired. Let me tell you something. That book became a bestseller. That second book
mhm,
became a bestseller. Sometimes it's in the darkest moment, for want of a better word. It's when you are down. At them time that you need to push. Yeah,
mhm,
as a matter of fact, so you have 2 children. So let's talk up the things. Your
yeah,
wife will tell you that it is at that point when that child is about to come out that she is and she's at her weakest, she's at her tiredest, but it's the point where she needs to push. And so I don't know,
yeah.
Demar, somebody needs to hear this tonight on this live that they need to push. They're right at the brink of delivery. They need to push. Just keep going. That thing
Keep
you're
going.
hoping for, it's gonna come to pass. They're going to be surprised. Somebody's going to get a surprise. Let me say congratulations in advance. Hey, come on.
Congratulations, man,
Yep.
because right when you feel like giving up, that's when you need to push. Right?
Yes.
As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, there's no thing as giving up. We are gonna keep pushing until there's nothing left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until there's
Exactly.
nothing left, until
Um,
no ounce of energy no left. We are push
mm-hmm.
until there's no push left. So
Exactly.
it no matter how much refusal, it no matter how much denial, it no matter how much disappointment, it no matter.
Mm-hmm.
We
Come
keep
on.
pushing and we not stop
Yes.
pushing until we
Yes.
win. You understand? So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so the thing said,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we not stop pushing until we win. You understand? You see,
Right.
everybody put the life so far. I say, oh, the message is for them. Hey, that lady are powerful.
Yeah.
We don't even know who this pan life, man. We don't even know who this pan life. You understand, master?
Oh God.
But honestly
Yep.
speaking, like every time I talk to you, I feel a sense of motivation, a sense of
Uh,
inspiration, and it's just all about connecting with the right energy, and that's very important to me in terms of surround yourself with persons who can contribute positively. If it's even by
yeah,
just saying a positive word, sometimes that's all you need to hear, right?
yeah, yeah.
Disassociate yourself with negativity. We don't want the negativity in our space, none at all. Sight it.
Look here, look here. You know, my husband said something to me years ago. He said this to me. He said, if you surround yourself with people, for instance, who all they will do is discuss other people, you best believe one day you're going to become the subject of the discussion. And so, and I never forget it. And so I also realize, you see, when I associate myself with people that are progressive, that are going somewhere, that is their mindset is at a particular level. As a matter of fact, I'll use my husband example again and say, two people are walking. And what you find sometimes they're not going at the same pace. What you find, you see, the person who are drop back is forced to keep up with the person that's in the front. When you
Yeah,
surround yourself with the people that's constantly progressing, you are forced to be the best version of yourself. And let's put it in perspective. You can have somebody with a strong personality, and taking you down the wrong path as
yeah,
well. So in the midst of it, you also need to know who you are. It's
that is it.
very important to know who you are. It's very important to know your vision. It's very important to know where you are going. Because if you're going nowhere, if you don't know where you're going, somebody's going to lead you somewhere
A blind
that
and
not
lead
where you
blind man.
want to go.
If I
So,
say we go, if you don't know
uh,
where you're going, you just end up a follow, you don't want to be a
mm-hmm.
follow. But and I have a perfect analogy for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a bucket of bad apples and you
Yeah,
put one good apple in it,
yeah.
there's no chance that that good apple can convert the bad apples. But if you have a
Mm-hmm.
bucket of good apples and you put one bad apple in it, that one bad
Oh,
apple will
jeez.
spoil all the bucket of apples.
Mess
So
up everything.
so it doesn't matter how strong and powerful you are as an individual. If you surround yourself with negative, bad, down, non-progressive energy, more likely it's easier for not it's very possible that they're gonna convert you to their ways than
Yeah.
you are gonna convert them to your ways. And
Ah, come
oftentimes I
on.
find that, and I was guilty of this too, because like especially like in Jamaica, you grew up in a community, you grew up with friends, you grew up with people. Everybody get
Mm-hmm.
different personality as you get older. And then you
Yeah.
find yourself sometimes trying to fit in.
Yes.
Well, you're trying to find an identity and all of that. You find yourself trying to fit in to a specific
Yes.
crowd, to a specific demography, just to feel
Mm-hmm.
accepted, because this is all you know, right? But at the end of the
Ah.
day, the older you get, the more mature you get, you realize that, listen, no,
Mm-hmm.
that's not going
I don't need
anywhere.
to fit in.
You don't need
And
to
I
fit
don't
in.
need to fit in.
No, you
Mm.
don't need to. You don't need to.
Let me tell you something. I just using my hair for instance, and I tell you maybe about a month or two ago, you couldn't get me do my hair so and just come on. And it's like, me don't know what happened to me. Me don't know if me I got through a little phase or something, but I just decided that I don't need to fit in. Because the truth is, your opinion of me, and this again is my husband, he shared this with me. Your opinion of me is none of my business.
No,
Listen,
no, it's not.
somebody's opinion of you is none of your business. And he always said to me, people are entitled to their opinions. So why are you going to allow their opinion? Because guess what, Demar? Sometimes it's just people's opinion cause us to not to miss the mark.
That's
Imagine
it.
if when you think about it, when you decided that you were going to migrate, imagine. Thank you. That person saying you're beautiful.
Yeah,
Imagine if
big
you
up
had
Keisha every
listened.
time over there in West Territory. She's probably putting her wits off right now, but anyways, big up herself.
Behave yourself. Just imagine if you had followed persons who said to you, say, look here, Canada cool. You know, if you go, you never been there before, da 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 dee, da 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 da. Imagine how much you would have missed out on if you were listening to the opinions of others. We're not the opinion, my youth. You're
No,
entitled to your opinion, but it's none of my business.
without the opinion, because as I rightfully say, if
Mm,
I was to listen to the opinion of persons, and sometimes, and I was talking to somebody about this just the other day as well,
yeah.
sometimes people wish us well, And because they wish us well, they portray their expectation and negative mindset unintentionally onto us. Like, for
Mm-hmm.
example, you might grow with a granny or your grandmother might be like, oh, yeah, take up yourself for somewhere you don't know and where. You have a house and
Mm-hmm.
you can't stay for anything, you go this, you go suffer. You don't need to do
Yeah.
that. All of them, she means you're well, But at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, if you listen to that, that I got all your
Yeah.
back, right?
Yes.
Now you have
Yes.
to know your purpose, and once
Mm-hmm.
you feel in yourself, you will know your purpose. That's what I say.
Yes.
As long as you can feel it down that this is the right thing to do, and this
Thing.
is in terms of even migrating. If you feel down in your belly that yo, this is it,
Mm-hmm.
this is
Mm-hmm.
it, you know it. When
Yes.
you know, right?
Listen.
When you know.
I did an interview today because I'm in filming mode, and I guess and in the end you can tell persons about the channel, but I'm in filming mode for a new season that I'm putting out.
Yeah.
And this particular, she was at a senior level there at with Scotiabank, senior level, and she said, "Listen, it just came to the time when she made sure she said she remember putting out stuff in the atmosphere. She remember making a pledge to the Lord and stuff, and." It came to the point that she decided that she was going to leave. And she said, you know, at first she said, Jesus, what did she do and stuff? But let me tell you, when the lady started outline all the doors that have literally flown open in front of her,
Yeah.
having taken the leap, I tell persons my favorite book is Jump by Steve Harvey. That book, I don't know, and persons again, I love to read. Jump by Steve Harvey. Steve tells you two things. Steve tells you, say, when he was smaller, he was constantly being told, he was in class and the teacher would ask, what do you want to become? And when everybody would outline, he said he wanted to be on TV. Apparently, in those times, wanting to go on TV was not the thing, right? And
Yeah.
so, the teacher, the only thing when left for the teacher, the one there, slap him over the head. And the young man said, at the time when he wrote the book Jump, he said, since then, every year he has bought that lady a TV. So she would see that
Mm-hmm.
he's on TV because she was
Yes.
saying to him that it was basically, a dream, a dream and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll dare to say to somebody, dream. Because guess what? In order for you to know where you're going, you gotta have a vision of it. If I come into an empty space and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna live in here. I already have an idea because we're doing it, You have an idea where you want to put your settee, where you want to put your bed, where you want to put your fridge, that kind of thing. You're envisioning it. You're envisioning that okay, you just started working, or you just made the leap and gone to Canada. Me can tell you right away. Already, me I think about a big nice house with a basement. I'm gonna set up the studio in the basement, my youth.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the big rooms for my children. I'm thinking about the living room where nobody not touch. And at
Mm-hmm.
somehow, God, you must have a once you have a vision, your vision will propel you and allow you to make that step. And the next thing is that we're often afraid to make the step. But I'll dare to say to somebody two things. One, if you're about to walk, when you put one foot in front, the other one must follow. That is number one. Number
Yeah.
two, if you look on your children, you notice that them not, God not make them just jump out of you, they not just come out and start walking. They
Yeah.
go through a process, and a child will fall down a couple times and get up, roll off of the stairs, whatever it is, and keep going. Why? Because the child understand that. Listen, there's a goal. I need to get to that goal. The goal is that I need to walk, and by the time they start walking, no mind sharp. You ever see them become fast? And you say
Yeah.
to yourself, oh, them so fast because they
Exactly. And
understand where they're going. They understand that they were made for more. As a matter of fact, them, I mean, no, you pull me out in my youth. You
no,
pull me
no, come,
out.
come out, man. Come out. Come out, man. Come out.
They realize that listen, there's more to them. There's some of us, you're thinking that you're okay, so you're this you and here when you share your story that you went and the first thing you did is that you were a pizza. You were selling pizza, making
Yeah.
pizza and selling pizza. And some of us will say, okay, new environment, me no know nowhere. The only thing you get off to make pizza, let me just stay here. Hell no. Get up out of get, man. Get up. Yeah, man, get up. There's more to you. The pizza place was just an entry level in.
Yeah.
And then the thing is now, let's use the bank in particular. There are different levels in the bank. You have a
Yeah.
J2, J4, J5, J7, J8, no, J9, J10, J10, 11, 12,
Mm-hmm.
14, 20, 10 different levels me got so far. Me not done yet. And
Yeah,
you start out at a J2. And you tell me for 20 years later you're still at a J2? Like seriously?
exactly.
20 years later. And then you come telling me, oh, I'm a teller. Okay, no problem. So you're a teller. So what? Cost of living never changed over 20 years. You
Oh
seriously? So
man.
the thing is, there is more to us. There's
Then
more to us than meets the eye. When you think about yourself, Dems, yes, you are doing, you're in banking, but think about the other things and what you do. I'm looking at you. I like the fact that you're going around and you're finding apartments for persons. I like the fact that you're doing these interviews, you're getting persons their mindset ready, you're helping with the physical relocation, you're helping with information. You know how me see you, my youth? Me see you down the road becoming if you not got the immigration consultant route, I see you as one of those that provides all the necessary things to get us settled. And guess what? It's a
yeah,
beautiful niche. It's a
yeah,
beautiful niche because there's several, and everything is important. Several people are looking for this kind of hand holding to get them to get them
yeah,
to go across. And it doesn't mean that you're not losing your identity in a sense, because we understand how the thing God, Mrs. Susie said, Debs is multifaceted. So true. And that's the thing. Many of us were multifaceted, but we're not tapping into that other part. And some of us is just plain laziness. And that's
yeah.
the truth. And then some of us, we keep looking. Let me tell you something. You see this thing called blinkers? I love it. Because what we tend to do is that we keep looking over on the other person. So because I have a 30,000 or I don't have a 6,000 following, I'm not going to start my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Oh, there's so many other people.
yeah,
And there are people who will become a trendsetter for them, and others are a trendsetter for you, and that kind of thing.
exactly.
You have to understand where your lane is. If just think about it when you're driving. If you keep looking over in the next lane, you're bound for crash
Exactly.
because you're looking over in the next lane. You have to hold your lane. You have to keep hold your lane. Choose the podcast. Somebody will tell us that choose the podcast. You have to hold your lane, Demar. And while you're holding your lane, you keep your vision. You know where you're going, where you're going. Because the thing is, guess what happened? Here's the next thing. Me tell us the man that pull me out. Here's the thing. You see, on your journey, when you start the journey, several other people start it with you. But some people, and if we were to let's use driving literally on the highway. Some people are going to turn off to the first community that you come upon. Some
Yeah.
people need to turn right. Some people need to turn
Turn
left.
left.
Some people
Yeah.
going further than you. Different kind of things. The fact of the matter is, if you keep watching the person in front of you, you will never get to where you need to get to. We're
Mom,
all
stop it right
running
there.
different
Listen,
routes.
listen, listen. Mom, stop it right there. So, I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump in right there. So, because is like, guys, this conversation was unplanned. This was not planned. This was literally um planned like 10 minutes ago. Right?
Yeah.
This wasn't the plan. But listen, this morning, I honestly found myself talking to Nuts about the very same things that we're talking about right now.
Oh my
And
God.
it's so profound that you're saying this right now because it's like you are a part of that conversation. And what we're talking about,
Mhm.
we're talking about the fact that everybody's race is different.
Oh God.
Sometimes we see people and like they're ahead of you, right?
Hmm.
And we look at we feel like say they're better off. But everybody have a
Hmm.
different starting point. Some
Yeah.
person starting at the middle of the lane, some person start
Sure.
close to the finish line, some
Come
person
on.
start at the starting blocks, and some of
Mhm.
us start behind the starting blocks.
Yes.
Everybody have a different starting point, right? Now the
Mhm.
goal is not to get as far as anybody else, but to get as
Yes.
far away from where you started. That's the goal.
Oh,
Not
oh,
to get as
oh,
far as
come
anybody
on.
else, but to get as far
Mhm.
away from where you have started. That is the
Oh my
goal.
God.
As long as you can look back and remember where you are coming from, and you can be
Mhm.
contented and at peace of where you are in your life right now, you have
Mhm.
made it.
Oh
Do
my
not
God.
judge your life based on anybody else's standard because we all have a
Yes.
different starting point. Some persons
Mm-mm.
born close to the finish line. They born with gold spoon. Mommy and daddy dead for them. Auntie and uncle dead for them. Some person
Yes.
born in the middle of the track, then get help
Yes.
along the way. Some persons at the
Yes.
starting blocks, and somehow we have to look the shoes before we reach to the starting blocks before we start the
Oh.
race. Right? So
Yes.
so so we can't judge ourselves based on anybody else's standard, but we have to hold
Yes.
ourselves accountable. Ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
because we know what we can do and where we're coming from. So that's all we
Mm-hmm.
can do. As long as you can look at yourself day after day, year after year, week after week, and see
Mm-hmm.
growth, that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah. Yeah. My God. No man, may I tell you, listen, the and it's things like these, you see, it's connections like these that
Mm-hmm.
helps to drive me. I have a Joshua Selman. He's a pastor in Nigeria. I love to listen to him. And so he talks about there are four kinds of people in the world. There are divine connectors,
Mm-hmm.
there are destiny helpers,
Okay.
there are burden bearers, and I don't remember the fourth one. But here's the thing with the divine connector. The divine connector is the one who you come on and you say, somebody eat a nice slice of bread, and you come on and you say, say you check Solomon Baker around the road,
Yeah.
them never know say it around there. So you
Mm-hmm.
become the divine connector because you were able to connect them with something that they need, the divine connector.
Yeah.
Then you have the destiny helper, the person who basically they're the ones that kind of they open the door. They're there to open the door, for want of a
Yeah.
better word, for you, pointing you in the direction. And for instance, your channel is basically a destiny help. Well, as a matter of fact, your channel is multifaceted. It is a connector, and it is also a door opener, right? Because you're providing people with a lot of information that they need. The one this is the series you're doing where you're getting Jamaicans that
Mm-hmm.
are in the various provinces and stuff. Let me tell you, I don't know that. I don't know where you get the idea that for do it, my youth, but me I tell you, it is divine. Divine. So it is, and then you have those persons who basically they bear the burden for you. So say, all right, so you say, I want to, or you don't put it now, you say you want to build one house. Example. And you keep us say you don't have the money. And them keep us say their job, not their job, but what they find themselves doing, then go do the research. Come back to you and them say, look, here, say, can any
Yeah.
one grant around the road there so you can get. And so they find themselves daily, constantly finding themselves looking for want of a better word, carrying the burden for you and finding the solutions to come back to you with. We need to begin to ask the Lord to connect us with the divine helpers, the destiny helpers, the burden bearers, and we need to position as well to be that person. So I keep saying, I was saying to my husband, Mr. Babes, some people are waiting for we are Canada, Some
Yeah. I
people
mean,
over there are
I
waiting
am,
for we,
I am, man.
because Mr. Some people over there are waiting for we, But you see, until we get there, me I pray that we find those people in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
Because when we drop my youth, when we drop my youth,
And
so
operative thing we're saying is when. It's not if, it's when. And words are
yes,
so powerful that you have to choose a word so carefully. And that's why I'm so happy
yes.
that you said when,
Oh my
because
God,
even in simple conversation, sometimes we forget that words are powerful, and
powerful.
we have to constantly remind ourselves of what to say. That's why I don't entertain certain conversation. It's if you're not positive,
Oh
it's
yes.
if you're not
Mm-hmm.
fulfilling and uplifting. Me no want to hear about it, because at the end of the day, words are powerful, and
Powerful. Yep.
when I put it out in the atmosphere, right, it becomes reality. So when you get to Canada, you have a lot of people with fire.
And you had a guest on the other day. I don't remember which area that was, but she said that must be about 6 months in advance she pack her suitcase. So
Yes.
that she started every time she wants something, she have to take out of the suitcase. Let me tell you something. I laughed when I saw it, but I said, let me tell you, a lot of persons don't know my story. My story with my son. I got a prophetic word that I was gonna have a son, and it came at a time that nothing never go on.
Yeah.
And but when I got the word, the following day I went out and I bought the child a full suit of clothes. The only thing I never buy is a diaper. I was told that I'm gonna have a son and that I'm to name him Samuel. And I went out, I bought a full suit, I buy blue. That was my extension of my faith.
Yeah.
I bought a set of blue suit, everything for a boy child. I just didn't buy a diaper. You know how long it took me to get pregnant, my youth? 9 months later before me find out I'm pregnant. And in that time, the doctor, because at that time I had only one ovary, and the doctor at the time wanted to take out the one ovary what me have, which means that I would not have been able to have any children. To date, me have two picking it, thank
Mhm.
God. Right? But I'm just saying that you have to also act on your faith. While you're
Yeah.
speaking it, we need to act on it.
Oh,
Right?
100%.
Oh yeah. I listen, I have a few businesses and I'm trying to bring them under one umbrella.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that I went ahead, do up new email address and everything. And something said the other day, just double check and see if the business name exists. Only for realize that there's a company somewhere in the US that already have that business name. And I say, all right, no problem. I just go back to the drawing board because what me say, I am serious about establishing, leaving my legacy in the earth,
Yes.
right? Not only that, I'll tell you something. My first book, when I wanted to write my first book, I'd written it, but I didn't know to publish it. And somebody told me about a young lady here that's doing very well in that space. And when I reached out to her, she said, Simone, I only work with people who have not yet written. And I could not find anybody. You know what I did, right, Demar? You know what I did? You can't find it, you go make it.
You make it.
So, so
You
now
can't
your
find a door.
story
You can't find a door. You get one hammer, one chisel,
and
and
not
sometimes even
that
a
is not true.
stone, and lick out one side of the door and walk through it. And that's what I think because we tell people all the time, I say, you see me?
Mhm.
You see, when I
Yeah.
made the decision to come to Canada, it was
Mm-hmm.
all or nothing. It's
Nothing.
if
Yep.
it's if I had gotten a refusal when I submitted my
Yeah.
study permit application in 2019, me don't know me
Mm.
don't go, Cause all the house me that rent, me give it up already before getting all my approval. Yeah, you
Oh
understand what I say?
God.
One of my furniture them sell.
Sell
Nothing I did I
out.
forgot back. I catch me and that's on Malika, I catch you one of my brethren. Oh, my childhood friend who and him have a place I go and bounce this a few couple, a couple of weeks we have left. So we say we have bounce it there. So see if we ever open that do not reply email there, I see decline. But
But I'll tell you something. But I'll tell you something. That's the faith that God wants us to exercise in it. So when you exercise faith like that, He acts on it. That's the thing. That's what a lot of persons are understanding. When you exercise faith, that's
mm-hmm.
that's that's a kind of dependence, and that's what God is asking for from us. A dependence that is dependent on nothing else except Him alone. God has no other choice but to come down and deliver. If you understand what I mean,
Yeah.
right? And so it's basically it's coming back to the leap. It's taking that leap. It's jumping off the cliff. Understanding that when you jump off the cliff, either God is going to give you wings or He's going to provide a cushion beneath there, but you will not crash and burn. I mean, need to
No.
put it out there again to somebody. You will not crash and burn. You need it. Hey, why am I hearing in my spirit? We need to tell somebody congratulations again. Debs, I don't know. Me need to
You
tell
must know. You must know
congratulations to
Simone.
somebody
Simone,
again.
you must know Simone.
Yeah, man.
$100 me land in Canada with You know what is $100?
Lord Jesus.
You know what is
Mm-mm.
$100? And we're not
Come
up on the
on.
live right now. You guys know what is 100 Canadian dollars. And when me land, I have
Mm-mm.
to find the first Western Union to send that back to Natsu. And
My
so we
God.
start our Canadian journey. We
Oh my
start and
God.
see we start at negative. You understand what
Mm.
I'm saying? And it's all
Yeah,
about
yeah.
faith and
Yes.
believing and surrounding yourself with the right energy and do, as I said,
Yes.
doing the right things, because I believe that if you do the right activities, you'll get the right
Mhm.
results. Right?
Yes, yes,
If if,
yes,
if you do the
yes.
right activities, you will get the right results. Right?
Results. Oh
Now,
my God.
people, I talk about it now. Even sometimes we still, and
Mhm.
that is why. Um, a lot of persons who I knew as a child, as a teenager, early adult, we're no longer
Mm-hmm.
friends because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
in order to grow, some persons just can't come to the height. That's just how it is. Like
Mm-hmm.
I look at it and I'm like, I remember days when persons who I used to call my friend used to like almost mock me and then thing that. Because man, that's very simple,
Mm-hmm.
we're not really flashy, we don't have the we just a live. We just a live and a go
Yeah.
through, right? And to the point that where we find ourselves, not just presently, but probably even a couple of years ago. If somebody had came and
Mm-hmm.
told us that that was where we're gonna be, would I ask them if them a smoke, if them a drink, because we never see that, we never see it. But but
Yeah.
in life, you find yourself in some places that you might not even have imagined. Like in other words, what's in
Yeah.
store for you is even greater than what
Yeah.
you're even imagining. It's even greater than what
Mm-mm.
you're thinking. Like the thought that you have right now
Mm-mm.
that you want to accomplish and you want to get there and want to do that. What is really in store is better
My
than that.
God.
It's better
Hey,
than
come
that.
on.
You get my
Come
son?
on.
But what is true? What is really in store is better than that. To the point that you
Yeah.
said, boy, I can't believe so they had not been asked for. You get my
Hey.
son? Honestly,
Yes.
it's better than that. And that is why we are, I'm not just say this, but that is why we are so
Yeah.
humble. Because
Yes.
we don't forget where we come from, no time at all. Um,
Yes.
and no matter where we find ourselves in life, in this journey,
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah.
have no problem going back to go deliver pizza and clean bathroom. Because
Yes. Yes.
that's what has built us. That's what has taught us so much to become so appreciative. So it doesn't matter where in life we go, right? And
Mm-hmm.
life is all about seasons, right? Now you have to let these positive thoughts and reassurance bring you through the down times. Cause down times are gonna come.
Let me tell you something. Let me just back you up.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph, and me have to use people, persons have to understand. I live by the word, and the word of the Lord. Everything we need for life and godliness is in the word. Joseph, Joseph, the with the coat of many colors. Joseph had a vision that his family was bowing down to him. Vision, vision. And brother them say, yo, bad mind thing. Sell him,
Yeah.
get rid of him. We can't deal with this
Yeah, yeah, I'm
visionaire
a tab boy. I'm gonna
round
kill
me.
better after now. Yo, that's him.
Yeah, man. We can't do this visionary, this person who always all him can talk about are just, oh, we're gonna make it, one go happen, everything just positive. So but let me tell you something. Joseph was sold, number one, into slavery. He made it to Potiphar's house. And the thing about it is that Joseph could have said, all right, me in a Potiphar's house, me a run thing, but he was still a slave. Here's
Yeah,
the thing now. In order for him, because the ultimate goal was to get to prime minister now. But here's the thing. Here's the part where you really get me, Dems. He had to go into prison. And here's why the prison situation is so impactful. In a prison, we know so the man never eat no wagga wagga food.
yeah, yeah,
Them
yeah.
probably give one little piece of bread, one little something, and however he got it, he had to preserve it in order for the man to have been able to become the prime minister of Egypt and save not just a nation, not just a people in Egypt, but a nation and nations. He had to know how to deal with rationing. Because remember, it was a drought.
Yeah,
He had to learn how to ration the thing,
yeah.
but he never get there. So it had to have been in the prison, in the dark, in the place where there was lack. It was
Mm-hmm.
there that he had to learn to, to, to,
You
to
have to
work with what he had.
my
And
eyes
so
out,
listen to
yeah.
me. Hey, you see everything that you are not blessed with now. Remember me tell you, say, Uno angle it so well now because you guys know what it is like to be a base. If you understand
Yo,
what I mean, right? And
yo.
so you're like, so understand, and that's why I say, look here, people we can't envy people like Uno, because Uno come from a place. Uno coming from a place. I tell you the truth, when I saw that post that she clean bathroom and since we met tell a friend of mine, me say, listen to me. Me tell her say she need to organize herself and go it. And she talk about this and talk. I said, look here, I want couple and I binge all the time. I watch them all the time. I said the wife went and cleaned bathrooms. The guy was selling pizza, and I saw me I tell her the story. When you see, when we've learned to handle our humble beginnings, when God bless us with plenty,
Yeah,
we become the best stewards. You understand?
that
And
is so
remember too
true.
that sometimes we're being tested to see if we can handle much. Because the
Mhm.
problem, some of we want some big house, some we want some big things, and we want some this,
Yeah.
some, but we can't handle it. We can't
Mm-mm.
handle it
Mm-mm.
because we've not been proven to be faithful with little. Right?
No.
And it comes in different ways. So the little job when come up at the pizza place, the little cleaning the bathroom, the little this, the little that. And we say, oh, when they're Jamaica, me when manager, me when this, me when that. Me want to clean bathroom in Jamaica. So we now going on foreign go do that. And that's
Yeah.
why some of us are stuck.
Stuck.
Some of us are stuck in position because the thing is, in order to get to prime minister stage, in the
Yeah.
case
Yeah.
of Joseph,
Yes.
you got to go through the prison. You have to be lied on. Potiphar's wife go have to try for rape you. You have to go through some situation. Understand that you are not going to crash and burn. You have to go through a process. But some of us don't want to go through the process.
Mm-mm. We want it easy. We want it
We
easy.
want
We want everything outlined, and we don't want to take fear. It's that that's where the fear come in now again. We don't
yeah,
want to jump because we don't
yeah.
have no assurance that I can work out. We don't have
Oh
no
Lord.
assurance. But see, when that's a Jamaican say, when trouble take you up, it in the short fit you
Pick
a
the short fit
serious
you.
thing, right? Now, my talk to 66 persons on alive right now, guys. You guys know the
Yeah.
story, right?
Mhm.
Regular youth from Jamaica. Grew up in a De La Vega city, Spanish town,
Somebody said no brush
Garrison.
dog teeth.
Garrison.
Mhm.
Garrison. Right? I not
Yeah.
come from a rich background. I not come from none of that. I not, matter of fact, I not even know how me really reach a foreign. Quote unquote.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
all we had, there was so many nights in Jamaica when me and that just used to sit down and
Mm-hmm.
fantasize. And I go back to
Yeah.
dreaming. Because really and truly, that's what we
Yes.
were doing. We were
Yes.
dreaming. And we,
Yes.
we used to say stuff like, yo, imagine when, if I win that up, man, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly speaking, I was never foreign minded.
Yes.
I wasn't exposed. I wasn't foreign minded because I never have nobody a foreign.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, right? But at the end of the day, after Malika was born and diagnosed special needs, and then it actually took a toll on us, and it affected us. We went through the 5 stages of grief. We went through the
Yes.
denial. We went through
Mm-hmm.
the different stages until we reached acceptance. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a point in Jamaica that we started isolating ourselves from
Wow.
friends and loved ones because every time you go around them, especially other friends who had kids in the same timeline as Malika, start, oh, she not talking, oh, she not walking,
Mm-hmm.
oh, she not. The insensitivity of
Yes.
the society in nutshell. So
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
went in isolation, depression.
Yes.
We went through
Mm.
so many different emotions. And then I remember in 2019, that year was such a powerful year because there's so many things that happened that year. Nasa and I,
Yeah.
we've been together for over 10 years, but we're married for next year, make 5 years. And we got married
Yeah.
February 2019. It
Mm-hmm.
was after we got married and we were going somewhere and we saw an accident. And
Yeah.
we saw an accident on the toll road from Spanish Town to Ocho Rios.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, it was like a lot, like 5 or 6 young people in the car
Yeah.
speeding on the toll car. We remember the car speed past through and got to see the car flat out. And it was persons, people, drivers stopping on the highway trying to help people out the
Mm-hmm.
car. Now remember now, 90% or 99% now have no formal training whatsoever. And then there was one police car and police just stand up and look as him said no know what to do. And
Mm-hmm.
I observed that young man taking his last breath. I
Wow.
saw that. I saw that young man taking his last breath.
Mm.
And then when we were that happened like in the middle of the toll. When we're exiting the toll was when
Yeah.
the ambulance is just joining the toll. So
Wow.
so that kind of give you an idea of how long it took. So I'm
Yeah.
saying I love Jamaica, but the truth of the matter is at that point in time, things just started coming before me that made it obvious that this is
Mm-hmm.
not somewhere that I want to grow my daughter because she's gonna get older, she's gonna
Yeah.
start going to school, she's gonna
Mm-hmm.
integrate into the society and stuff like that. What's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen when I'm not there to protect her because I can't go to school with her, I can't go and sit in the classroom, I can't go and do that, right? She can't speak for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Person might take advantage. That was what started the Canadian dream. We
Yeah.
decided that it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all
Yes.
or nothing. And to the point that I'm gonna say it every day and like joke, but it's actually serious. If it's even swim,
Yeah.
we have to swim come to Canada without there. Right? If it's even swim, we
Yes.
have to swim without there. Because it reached the point that it was by the hook or by the crook. That's what it got.
Yeah.
I was just started working towards it.
Yeah.
Even while we're working towards it, we never have dollar. We just spend all our money in a
Mm-hmm.
wedding. If I could go back
Mm-hmm.
in time, well, I would go to RGD. Right? Guys, listen. If you're getting married, if you're in
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica right now and you're getting married, read my lips. Go to RGD. Go to RGD. I promise you. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, you're not gonna regret it. Go to RGD. I wish I could go back
Mm-hmm.
in time. Spend up
Yeah.
all of that money. Never have the money left. End up have to sell things. All of them thing there.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks before then, see if a car. I plan to
Oh,
sell the car.
oh,
Me never
jeez.
tell her, man.
No. Lord Jesus.
Planning to sell the car to get that extra $10,000. If you say, oh, all right, then I can. That's how I ended up with only $100 because after I pay all my school fee for the year, pay all the plane ticket, all of them thing there. Plan was to sell the car. I buy a
Mm.
lineup and everything. Wake up one morning, I just drive away, get wide open, car gone.
Lord Jesus.
2 weeks before migrating, 2 weeks before leaving Jamaica, 2 weeks before leaving
Yeah.
Jamaica, right?
Oh,
So that's
wow.
I was so I was so down and like, yeah, you know no money, you know no
Yes.
money, yeah, you know no
Mm-hmm.
money left. That's the money, that's the money, that, that's the money, right?
Yeah.
So we decided, so yo, plane ticket by RD, school
Mm-hmm.
fee pay RD.
Mm-hmm.
But as things be, we have a roof over we head into our
Yeah.
land for at least a couple of weeks or a couple of ray where we can ray,
Yeah.
and we will make a move.
Mm-hmm.
And we make the move with a clear intention, so boy, if I ever sweep off a sweep road in Canada, we have to make it,
Mm-hmm. 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 It's not
matter.
an option. It's not an
That, that,
option.
we not come with
Mm-hmm.
luxury. We're not like a lot of these persons who come with luxury and have their family members to help them out and I've
Mm.
like been saving for it for a while and have a little bit of change. No, we're not that smart. We're not that smart. No, we're
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So when we landed, I remember I landed on the Friday because I had to leave before Nats. So but
Yeah.
Nats landed on the Tuesday, which is just 5 days after.
Mm-hmm.
Nats landed on the Tuesday and she got her first job the Thursday. 2 days after.
Wow.
2 days after. We never
Yeah.
have no time for waste. We
Yes.
never.
Yes.
So we are adjust to a new culture, but at the
Yeah.
same time, we have to work in it. So
Mm-hmm.
we're
Mm-hmm.
adapt while working. You understand?
Yeah.
We're adapt while working. So that is why I tell people all the time that listen, 95% mindset, five
Mm-hmm.
percent financial. Believe me when I
Mm-hmm.
say that.
Mm-hmm.
95%
Mm-hmm.
mindset, 5% financial. It's all about having the
Yes.
right mindset. You
Yes.
can come with
Yes.
$0 and make it. And you can
Yep.
come with $1 million and don't make it. 95% mindset, 95%
Yes.
mindset, and 5% financial, right?
Yeah.
And somebody
Yeah.
reminded me about that the other day as well because um So my family's here right now. My brother and his wife and my niece is here right now, and
Mm,
we're trying to, get it
yeah.
converted to a work permit based on the thing we're going right now. And
Right,
after that, I
right.
met with a consultant who have been reaching out to me for a while, to be honest. And we were going through some things, and my comment to her was, I didn't know it was so hard. That was my
Mm-hmm.
comment to her. That was my comment to her. And what
Yeah.
she reminded me of, she said, it was not meant to be easy.
Wow.
You get what I mean? Like
Wow.
even though I went through that, I still found myself at a place where I was questioning the fact that it was so hard. And she was
Yeah.
the one who reminded me to say, hey, it's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah. And that's true, because you see sometimes too, Damar, you see purpose too easy, stretch you. Your
Mm-hmm.
purpose must stretch you.
Exactly.
Your purpose must stretch you. It's just like if I call you up now, right on this level, I say, look here, me I send you 100,000 Canadian. You're gonna waste it. In other words, even if yeah, but
Yeah, because it
even if
come
you say you
easy.
were going to buy you're not going to
Because it come
spend it
very
as if
easy.
it come too easy. And so it's the
Exactly.
same thing. Purpose must stretch you. When your purpose stretch you, you'll put might into it. You'll put courage into it. You'll put motivation into it. You'll put sweat in it. You'll put some tears in it. You'll mix it up
And it build
and put
character. It build
come
character
on.
because you're gonna go through a lot of rejection. You're go through a lot
Yes.
of disappointment. You're go through a
Yeah.
lot of down moments, and to go
But
build you
guess
up,
what?
and you become
I,
stronger.
it is also going to sieve you, and well,
Hmm.
not you, it's going to sieve the things around you,
Yeah.
right? Because sometimes some of us we need to get rid, we have some debris around us. Somebody
Yeah.
was telling me the other day, I have this business, and I was reading something, and the person said, when you're looking for gold, you said don't go looking for the gold. Him say you must sieve the dirt first, because apparently gold comes in some little small pieces. Him say
Yeah.
you get the sieve and you sieve away the dirt. Get rid of the dirt. Oh, it's the book I was reading. Go for no.
Hmm.
And the more you get rid of the dirt, the more you find the gold. Sometimes the situations that we find ourselves in, it's sieve and get rid of the people and the things that would
Yes.
that would choke us,
Yes.
right? It gets rid of, and guess what? So it allows you to realize you're resilient. It
Hmm.
makes you realize you're creative. It
Yeah.
makes you realize that, oh, there's so much more to me. I actually had this in me. It
Yeah.
so it may seem sometimes like, man, this dungeon. Something else that hit me? A seed. Did you know that a seed has to die first before it start germinate and become a tree?
Exactly.
Look here. A seed has to first, one, be planted in the ground alone.
Yes.
Even if you plant a group of seeds and all of them come to maturity. So in other
No.
words, if you put more than one seed in there, going to be a fight in there to see
Mm.
who go come out.
Yeah.
Once it has gone through that phase, it next has to be in a dark, lonely.
Growth is
Then,
a lonely place. Growth is a
Lord
lonely
Jesus,
place. When you're
look
growing,
here.
when you're growing, it's a very lonely. Hey, listen, we've been through it,
Oh
We know
God.
what's going on. Growth is a very lonely place.
Lonely. Mm-hmm.
Lonely place.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
comfortable with that because you have to remember your purpose, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you have to remember
Mm-hmm.
the reason why you're doing what you're doing because you give up to because sometimes you
Yes.
get distracted too
Yes.
because sometimes you want company, you want friends, but to be honest, growth is a
Mm-hmm.
very lonely place.
Yeah.
Lonely place. And you
Yeah.
put it perfectly. You put
Mm-hmm.
actually before you even started giving that analogy about the seeds and stuff, I was about to
Yeah.
say growth is a very lonely place. So that's just
Mm-hmm.
confirmation. When you
Yeah.
grow, the more you grow, the more, as you say, you save. You save
Yes.
unintentionally.
Yes.
You don't change, but the persons around you change. The persons around you change. And then because you're
Mm-hmm.
growing, you're seeing things through different lenses. You're not seeing things the way you used to see it. So automatically
Mm.
you're no longer cool again. You're no longer that guy, right? You're no longer that girl. You're right. So what attracted your friend, like whoever was there, is no longer attractive to them. But get comfortable with that.
Something just came to my mind as we're talking about trees. I don't remember the name of the tree, but it is said that what it does is that it starts growing and then it outgrows the rest of the trees. It's almost as if it's reaching up for whatever the sunlight. So it goes,
Okay.
so it's a forest above the others. That's number one. So it's reaching up. Sometimes you have to go the distance. But here the
Mm-hmm.
joke now. You also have those whose roots go further down
Mm-hmm.
in some the what is taking place behind the scenes. Behind, some of us need to be building ourselves behind closed doors,
Yeah.
behind when nobody not seeing us. David, it is said that David lived in a cave for most
Yeah.
of the time before he became king. The cave of Abdullam, I think. And he also was on the backside of the mountain. The love, a backside of the mountain is dark cave. David wrote those psalms out of, though
Mhm.
I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Listen, it is in those dark times, it's in those lonely times that we see the hand of God. We come to know the provisions of God, right? We come to know the person of God, come to know ourselves.
Yes.
Some of us when we're surrounded by so much people, we not get a chance. Because we
We're
try fit
distracted.
in.
We're
We try fit
distracted.
in. We come back right back to we're distracted. We're distracted. That's the word. So sometimes we need a little alone time. We need a little alone time for just find ourselves. We love too much company.
Yeah.
When me younger, me used to love company, them. Me used
Me
to love the
too. I
company, but guess
understand.
what? My mother used to tell me say company no good, but me never understand at the time me young. And now that I'm older, I'm real because guess what? Because everybody not going to support your vision. And that's the thing, everybody wants to support your vision. Everybody won't see what you're saying. It won't make sense
Yeah.
until when you bust out, everybody will come congratulate you and stuff and the whole works. When they were killing it at first. So you have to
Exactly.
understand that sometimes you're gonna have to reach up a little further. You're gonna have to go the distance, and you're gonna have to also find your roots and go deep down. So you're building
Yes.
beneath, and you're reaching up. My God, somebody else need to hear that again. You're pushing the roots down. Find your
Mm-hmm.
roots, get yourself established, and then once you've done that, hey, push. The
Growth.
sky is the limit. Go
Exactly.
for it.
Find
Run.
yourself, find your purpose, and just
Yeah.
go for it. Right? Don't let nobody distract you. Don't get
Yes.
distracted. Just
Yes.
tunnel vision. Now that time first thing I say, blinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Put it
Yeah,
on.
man.
Have a goal.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
dreams. Go towards it. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. There's nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because your
Yep.
dreams become more difficult when you get distracted. You make a wrong
Yes.
turn off of the highway, you have to go all the way around back, to join
Mm.
it back, to continue.
Oh
You
my
understand?
God.
You don't
Oh my
want it to take no
God.
longer because you're going. At the end of the day, we want to get to where we get to as quick as possible. So we can live
Yes.
on life.
Yes.
So we can enjoy life. You don't want to wait until you're
Yes.
50 and figure it out. When you're 60, 70, you just figure it out. You don't want to wait until I reach up in the age just say, boy, so I shouldn't take that road there, I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't, I shouldn't listen
You,
to
you, you,
XYZ.
one of my fears is getting to the end of my life and realizing
Yes.
it's of my life, lying on a bed, realizing that it's going to be my last breath. And I did not achieve, I did not go after those goals because I limited myself. I limited my vision. Because the thing is, we all can think, we all can dream. But you see
Yes.
that hey, it's like me, I say, God, I want to live. I say, Lord, I want to accomplish what you have for me. I have a little problem with driving, right? I don't drive outside of my comfort zone, but I want to experience more. I want to
Yeah,
experience more. So me make up my mind, me I say, all right, but I'm gonna go take the bus. Or am I gonna just tell myself, all right, I'm gonna drive, I'm gonna go snail pace, slowly does it or something. But I want to do it, and I don't necessarily want to live it through the lens of watching YouTube or watching something.
exactly.
I
You
want to
want to
experience it.
experience it. You
Yeah,
want can there
yeah.
and look and say, yo, remember when we used to dream
I've
this?
been there.
I remember when we used to
Yeah,
watch this. That is it.
yeah.
That is it.
I, you know, Demar, I want our guests to understand that we're not pumping them. We're talking
No.
about our own experience, and this is our passion. And we're sharing and hoping that they too will catch the vision and run with it,
Yeah,
right? Catch the vision of dreaming bigger for themselves, having a view that having a purpose, recognizing that there's a purpose to themselves, and saying, you know, if Simone can do it, and if
I
Demar
can
can do
be
it,
too.
yo, oh my God. I
That is
want
it.
somebody who is sitting down in a them house in a Jamaica and I say, oh, I'm dreaming of Canada. No, I want somebody to reach out to you tomorrow. Or even if they don't reach out to you, I want them go up on YouTube and say, let me start binge now and say, what do I need to get myself? I want somebody to call the
Start.
Canadian embassy or the US embassy
Start.
or whichever embassy.
Start. That is it.
Just start.
Somebody just call one
Exactly.
school. How do I get in? Somebody call one employer. Are you guys hiring? Somebody
Yes.
something. Something.
Yes. Yes,
Something.
that's what I want.
That is
Exactly.
it.
And I tell you the truth, because for me, it would have wasted our time tonight. I mean, yeah, we enjoy the conversation, but we want somebody to look here. As a matter of fact, yes, guys, put it in the chat, put that word there, capitalize it. Start. Just start.
Start.
And that we want. Some people to start, get going. Just, yeah, man, pump it harder. Start. Yeah, just start. Exactly. That's all we want for some persons to understand that. Listen, yeah, and not no new. I said it before. There's nothing new. And if look, guys, I want look here, Demar. You are my right now. You're my role model. Me, you are my goal.
Well,
And
you are
anytime in
my
land,
role model, even though you are telling me that I'm your role model.
when more you know you are mine because when I land my feet there, you have allowed me to know. May I tell you, watching your channel between you and your wife has allowed me to know nothing is impossible. I can do this. I
Yes.
can do this. Can I tell you something? My role, I currently have a management role. And I'm looking at heart to see. I want to know about housekeeping. I want to know about personal care assistant. And I want so even though, yes, because I have an MBA, I have an
Yeah.
MBA, I have 30 years of experience. But you know what? I am very mindful that sometimes new beginnings may mean that come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Hey, hey, finish your sentence, man. Finish your sentence. Finish your sentence. Finish your sentence.
I may need to start over. I may need to start. But the thing is, what I'm gonna be doing, it's what seesaw, you jump and flip. And, that is exactly what I want to do. So if it means that that's what I'm going to do, I'm gonna flip it down the seesaw to flip back up. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
All
And guess
you
what?
need is a foot in the door.
Yeah,
And I want people
yeah,
to understand that. All you
yeah.
need is a foot in the door. Because look at me, for example. When I was
Mm-hmm.
in Jamaica, I couldn't even get a teller job. I
Lord
couldn't even get a
Jesus.
teller work. I sent resume till my start, right?
Mhm.
And even though I started delivering pizza on
Yes.
my Canadian journey,
Yeah.
within 4 years, I found myself propelled so high that I never would
Mm-hmm.
have imagined
My
being where
God.
I'm at right now. 4 years.
Mm.
So sometimes
Yeah.
you have to take 2 steps back to go
Yeah.
10 steps forward. It's cause and
Yes.
effect. You have to be willing,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be open. The thing
Mm-hmm.
is, opportunities and ambition. Don't lose your ambition, even if you have to start over. Keep
Mm-hmm.
your goals, keep your dreams, and keep
Yes.
pushing. And know that it's
Yes.
just a means to an end, right? It's
Yes.
not
Yes.
permanent. Nothing is
Mm-hmm.
permanent. Don't limit yourself to the present circumstances because it's just now. This is just
Yes.
now, but everything becomes a memory. You're gonna remember
Mhm.
when you used to do that.
Yes.
You're gonna
Yeah.
remember when you used to do that. Everything
Mm-hmm.
becomes a
Mm-hmm.
memory. That's what it comes
Yes.
back to.
Yes. Yes. And the thing is, it makes the future so much sweeter, knowing that you had a past. Sometimes me and my husband lie down and we have some conversations about where we're coming from. And me know you know what me I talk about. When you're not just putting them asleep and not talk and me see you ask her something the other day and you say, babes, you not do this again and thing. The spending the time to just looking back where we are come from.
Yeah.
And the kind of thing, and then looking at where we're at, and you feel that sense of love, you feel that sense of come here, baby, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's a
We
good
did
girl,
it.
you know. She then I
Eh?
background right now, I watch this, you know, but that's a good girl, you know. She not found no ladies want ready met man. But we tell her this. Hey, it's when man that's just like I didn't even
Yeah.
have a driver's license. I didn't
Mm,
even know how to drive. I walk. We used to walk go everywhere. Hey, me remember
yes.
man that's just start talking on you see yeah. But yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
you see when we just moved in together, that's never that
Mm-hmm.
work. I lost my job the same time. None of we never
Mm,
really that work. I hustling with I live off. Listen,
yes.
wanna know about use one pot cookie food,
Mm-hmm.
one pot cookie meat, and then you turn it in a soup. Or you use plate as pot cover. Wanna know about them
Mm-hmm.
things?
Lord
Listen,
Jesus.
I remember when it came down to us having $50 Jamaican at one point.
Mm-hmm.
$50
Mm-hmm.
Jamaican at one point. And we were
Mm,
at the time there wasn't any kid involved. There was no any Malika or nothing. It was just the two of we.
mm-hmm.
And my
Yeah.
tell her say, yo, the $50 I look on and I said, boy, what am I gonna do with that $50? It's a Callaloo farm went up for what go find, you know. I give the man $150, I get one two bag
Lala.
like Callaloo, you know. And that's the
Eh.
thing that you're reaching a massive.
Oh God.
And there, that is just to give an example of where we're coming from. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, even throughout all that time, I think that we were so positive. We
Yeah.
were so hopeful that even though we were
Yes.
going through all of that, we still knew that
Yes.
things would work out and things would be better. We never
Mm-hmm.
stop believing and we never stop working towards it. And that is
Yeah.
why I'm no business who want come in front of me and I can't this not you know. I'm telling you that.
Hey,
You understand what I say?
yo.
Because you're about to
Me,
know.
me help the fight fair. Me will fight, help her fight.
Listen,
All right. So now just know some of your back, my girl.
I know she get on my nerves sometime, but but at the end
No,
of the day,
if I me like she know, me just send her slap for send her on her shoes nuts.
you understand. Listen, it's so important. I say that to say this. It's so important to
Yeah.
find a spouse or a partner who can build
Mm.
with you,
Oh my God. You sound like my
who
husband right now. Come on.
who can build with you and who can go through life with you. And two is better
Mm.
than one. You see,
Yes.
anytime there is a case where one party have the vision and the other party don't have the vision,
Now go
yeah,
work.
it not gonna
Yeah.
work.
That go rough.
It not
Mm.
gonna work,
Yeah.
right? It not gonna work because a negative and positive. I know that go. Negative and
Mm-hmm.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah. You
So at the
can't
end of
get
the
the but you
day,
can't get it to light. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you, you need somebody who can dedicate. As me say, no, so sometimes you, Simone, are gonna be the one who's down. And your
Mm-hmm.
husband are gonna be the one who come and say, come on, babes, get up, man. We have this to do, you know.
Yeah.
Where you feel like
Yes.
work or work, you know, and a chicken or a
Yes.
jerk, you know, I could go out there and get this done. And
Yeah.
another time,
Yeah.
him I go down, and you are gonna be the one to come and say, Ozzy, you know, remember
Mm-hmm.
where I work, pan? At
Yeah.
this I work, pan, you know. Get up,
Mm-hmm.
man. Dress up
Mm-hmm.
yourself, man. At this where I work, pan. In other words, you have up and down,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
and both person for upon the same mission in order for it
Mhm.
work.
As a matter of fact, you're that same seesaw thing as we both balance because it's both of us staying on it to keep it balanced, so that we're not tilt in no particular direction, right? We keep the thing level, we keep it balanced, and sometimes yeah, it might go. See my fingers, my hand a move, but guess what? We keep it moving.
Keep it
We keep it
moving.
we keep it moving exactly and stuff. My husband said the same thing to me. He said he said he was having a talk with some men at his workplace, and he said he was saying to them, "Look, you if you find good woman, you know, and if you find good woman." I had to be laughing. Him say the problem with someone, you know, is that my husband happened to be a deputy superintendent of police. So let me just put it out there. And
I
so he
know
was
that,
talking to
but I
some.
make your audience know that. Okay. Hey, a big influential lady this pan life tonight, you know. I don't know about that take her light, you know. She just a go on like she light, but a big influential lady this.
Come on, come on.
And
He
hold
said,
on,
he
hold on,
said,
hold on, hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me stick captain. No, hear me I say now. Simone
yes,
is
sir.
in a management position, very affluent bank. Same bank that I work for. Her husband is a deputy superintendent. She have written many books. She have a very successful YouTube channel. It's called Uniquely Me. Go and check it. Positive vibration only. Over 30,000 subscribers. She's doing her thing. And listen, Simone is telling you guys that she's checking out Heart to do a housekeeping course in order to make the transition. So what for no excuse? What is your excuse? You understand what I said? There's no
Yeah,
excuse.
yeah,
Take your
yeah,
roses, man. Take your
yeah.
roses.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Humbly, thank you, sir. Thank you. So just one time I say, you know, he was saying to some of the young police them that listen, underneath for what happened is that sometimes we tend to find partners because emotionally they stir us emotionally. But my mother when tell me say you can't put love in a pot, cook it and put in a plate and eat it. Yeah, man, not forget that. And so him say that's why him said to them, so if you find woman, what una can make life together,
Yes.
right? But una can make life because there are going to be some decisions. He was telling me about a police that wanted to do the same Canadian thing years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he needed like maybe 500,000 or something. And the man couldn't find it and the woman couldn't find it. And we're talking about a seasonal person. Sometimes we need to find balance. It's not just it's because if you find yourself, you're in a relationship, you're in a committed relationship. The reality of the matter is, okay, so what is the relationship? How are we contributing to each other? We'll
Yeah.
switch gears now. How are we contributing to each other? Because them, me sure say, if not when just come up there and decide that she's going to be a beauty queen and she not going to non cool and she not do nothing and she not, me sure say would have the struggle that would have been really real.
Should I get left? I dropped my mic. but, but it would definitely be tough because
Yeah.
it worked because both persons working towards the same goal. That's what
Yes,
worked.
yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So we have to know what we're about, and especially when we have children in there now, it it
Mm-hmm.
it changes the dynamics of things. So we really need to know, if you have to get pen and paper, look here, me have books all over the place. Mr. Jesus God, what book me about the place? So me I walk around the house, me write on my vision them. When me not have the book, me use my phone, me use the notes on my phone. And
Yeah.
I write my vision, write the vision, and then what me do, me and my husband, sometimes you swear blind, so we are brother and sister. Some conversation where we have, or we're some best friend. We are having
Yes.
some conversations. We are motivating each other. We are read that kind of thing. What about dreams? You understand? You
Yeah.
have to. It can't just always be about okay. So it's the love making. It is. You have to be able to connect on some other levels. You have to be able to have some hard conversations. So we want to make this move. What about the money? Right? What are we? Do we need to buy this now? What can we put
Mm-hmm.
on pause? Listen, when we built this house, I remember my husband said to me, we looked at each other one day and we said, Jesus, no man, then close here. We can't go nowhere. Because we close them, hey, when the clothes them wash out.
Yes.
Because I have uniform for work, and so would he at the time. Then time that we in a position of such.
Yeah.
We were just ordinary people working in these institutions. But we had a goal we wanted to build. And then came our son, and we needed, and then at the same time, we were studying, we were doing different things and
Yeah.
stuff. And we decided, so look here, the clothes, them, the going out, order them something, they have to put on back burner just so that we could have accomplished purpose. And also remember that those things are just temporal, right? It's a temporary slowdown so that we
Yeah.
can accomplish,
That's
right?
what it
What?
is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just want to.
Mm,
I want to respond to a comment that I saw earlier.
yeah.
No, guys, like I'm not even gonna pretend to be a marriage counselor or a couples therapist. I am not. I'm not even
Mm,
gonna attempt to do that. But what I can say is that I have seen a lot, both
yeah.
personally and friends and family members. It is never too late to leave a toxic relationship. It's never
Yes.
too.
Oh God.
Now, if you're in a relationship with somebody who you guys have different vision in life, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to compromise on their goals and their dreams. And
Mm-hmm.
more often than not, who knows, probably you are that person. And then when it
Mm-hmm.
gets to a point in the future when it's too late, you're gonna look
Mm-hmm.
back and say, I wish I had given that a try. Don't
Mm-hmm.
let anybody, doesn't matter, I could have your mother, I could have your father, I could have your, the closest person to you. Don't
Mm-hmm.
let anybody stop you from fulfilling your purpose. And
Mm-hmm.
that is just the bottom line. You see, we were born alone for a reason, unless you're a twin. And even if you're a twin, now only one can come out at a time. You were
Mm-hmm.
born alone for a specific purpose. Sometimes we like to try to your company with we.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we try to carry persons and try to sell them our dream, our goals.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Mm-hmm.
yours, that's your goal, that's your dreams. Not everybody's gonna have the same goals. Not everybody's gonna have the same dreams. But bottom
Right.
line is, if you know that that is your purpose, that is your goal, that is your dream, and your partner has a different goal, different, that's okay. It just means that it's not gonna
Mm-hmm.
work. And the earlier you can
Yeah.
identify that, is the better for you. Because
Mm-hmm.
somebody is gonna end up compromising on their purpose and you're gonna regret it in the future. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Well said, boss. Ditto, ditto.
Right? So nobody
Yeah.
nobody feel like you're obligated. And you know, it's so in a way, but enough time the ladies have the vision and the men are the ones who are not on the same page. And
Big up,
oftentimes
ladies.
the men who are not on the same page are not even married to these ladies.
Yeah.
They are just in a linkage relationship, in a common law relationship, and they want to control. Because I know it is as men. We try to control and be in control, and it's my way or the highway. But at the end of the day, there's no obligation. It's
Mm-hmm.
your life, it's
Mm-hmm.
your purpose, it's your destiny. Do
Yeah.
what's best for yourself and your family. That's what I would say. Anyways, I just wanted to
Yeah.
deviate to that little topic right there. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Well said.
hey guys, if you're enjoying the live, please smash that like button. You guys know how it is.
Yeah,
If you have a
man.
question that you'd like to ask Simone, you can throw it in the chat as well. I'm sure she doesn't have any problem answering. Of course, if you're watching this for the first time and you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the Andersons and check out Uniquely Me. That's the name of
Yeah.
Simone's channel.
It's uniquely me with Simone Stewart. If you put in uniquely me, they'll see me come up. I'm carrying that. So it's uniquely me with Simone Stewart. And thank you so much already again, guys, for coming on over.
Yes, man. As I said, she had her thing, man. She has a lot of knowledge to share, and I always enjoy talking to you, Simone, because I always leave fulfilled. I always leave feeling something, right?
Same here,
And
boss. Same here.
that is good, right? I always leave
Yeah.
something, and it's so important for people of like mindedness to connect, because
Yes.
sometimes I want to feel that energy there. That energy now will
Yes.
keep you up for the whole night and just have work, right?
I like the challenge, and that's the thing, and that's what I honestly like talking with you, sir. The challenge, if even if it's just a quick couple of minutes, it's a challenge. I'm
Yeah.
left feeling challenged. I'm left feeling that okay, there's another version of myself that I need to, or another level I need to be going to, and something is just a one word. The other day we had a little conversation. I say, yo, no man, one little one word, one little phrase,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Sorry, that's the thing that our friends or acquaintances needs to challenge us, leave us challenge. I have this girlfriend, I tell you the truth, that girl and I, oh my God, when we don't talk to her, me I tell you, me feel like fire lit up. Me want call different places to get this information, that the information there, because she leaves me challenged, very
Yes.
challenged. Yeah, I see somebody asking if I'm an evangelist. Um, So, oh Lord, how do I put this? Because some persons refer to me as pastor. I'm not licensed. I'm a trained minister. I do preach. Um, but I love Jesus. I love Jesus. I love him with all my heart, soul, mind, and body. I love to see the best versions of persons. I
Uh-huh.
think experience teaches wisdom, and so I'm very passionate about it. And you'll find that you'll know when I'm passionate about something, I speak strongly about it. I think I have a strong personality as well, and so I put it out there. But I do it not to intimidate, but to help. So yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow, somebody say on your mighty anointing. Thank you.
You're such an inspiration
Mhm.
to me, and you're used to confirm so many. Oh, you were used to confirm
Oh.
so many things tonight.
Oh, wow. Somebody's asking how can they talk with me? You can send me a WhatsApp, 1-876-856-5769.
Hold on, there, Simone. Hold on there.
Mhm.
1-876.
876, yeah. 856-5769.
Okay, and you're good popping this out there? Well, you already did pop it out there, so.
It's neither here nor there. They ain't gonna get my bank account.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's neither here nor there. As long as you saw like years ago, I don't know where somebody got my number from, and every midnight the person would ring my phone, and I was like, okay, now see,
Uh-huh.
just block them moving right along. So it's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And plus, when your husband is the deputy superintendent of police, so I guess that also helps. See, nobody can really start can run in. You understand, man? But all in all, thank you so much, Simone. Of course, it's been very fulfilling.
Thank
I'm
you,
just gonna
sir.
ask you to just leave, just a word. Just somebody's watching this live right now, similar position as you are,
Mm-hmm.
wanted to make the trip to Canada
Yeah.
permanently. What would you say to that person?
So instantly, I tell you, there's a story of I think it was Isaac, and Isaac was in this place with his family. And it is said that I don't remember the name of the king, Benadab. King Benadab said, "No man, things are going for you. You need to leave this place." And it is said that when he left, he found back the wells that his grandfather Abraham had dug. And so what happened is that his herdsman, every time they dug a well, the herdsmen of Benadab and those in the territory would stuff it back up. And so every time they dug and found water, their neighbors would stuff it up, and so they would name it Esek. I forgot all the different ones until they got to this place, and it wasn't even Isaac who found the well. It was his herdsmen who found the well, and they went and they told him that we have found water. And I don't know what the name now that they call it, but what am I saying? I'm saying to somebody tonight, you have tried several different things, including trying for Canada, and it seemed like you got back a failed, you got back a negative, maybe it's an exam, you got a fail, you got a negative, you didn't get the grade you want, you
Well,
went and you
the
did the
exam part
IELTS
of me
test.
because I have a bank exam I'm gonna top fail, so I mean that one to go for. Well,
Well, you're gonna go back. You failed the IELTS, whatever it is. It just seemed like something. There's a season that nothing can deny you. In other words, a mango tree, when it's mango season, nothing can prevent mango season from coming into fruition. So Nesberry, banana planting, them all can shoot. Them all can shoot, but they cannot stop mango season. Guinea round the place right now, like wow. And one would say, for how long Guinea no beer? Guess what? It's Guinea's time now. I'm saying to you that once surround yourself with the right people, right? Hear that, sweetheart. Surround yourself with the right people. One, know your season. Two, know your purpose. And
uh-huh.
so when you know your season and when you know your purpose, I will say to you, go again. Go again. And if it is that you have gone, the story also is said of Elijah who sent his servant. He said that there was going to be rain. And a
Uh-huh.
seventh time, me said, Debs, let me say, tell you something. The other day, me and some of my friend of my talk. Me say, I can imagine when he said to Gaze, like, go up and look, man, the first time if you see rain. And Gaze And come back and say, no man, no rain, no cloud. And up to 3 times, him happily run go up there. But me I say when he set him say the 4th and the 5th time, me I say gaze I probably say, Lord Jesus, so what is some man here? This a man here in faith. This a man here in confidence. Me can't manage this. And then
Yeah.
the 6th time when he say, Lord, go again. And him I say, no, 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 no. Can't bother with this. But let me tell you something. You see the 7th time when he went, here's what the word said. The word said, he came back and he reported that he saw a cloud the size of a man's hand. And the word said that Elisha, having heard that there was a cloud the size of a man's hand, ran, speed. He got speed. I declare over somebody tonight, you shall receive speed. This is the final time. You shall receive speed in the name of Jesus. You shall find that which you are looking for. It might be your 7th time, it might be your 70th time, it might be your 17th time, and you're about to go the 18th, the 8th, or the 28th time. I am saying to you, go again, dig again, go again. You shall receive speed in the name of Jesus. And I declare it is well. And let me be the first. I've said this is my 3rd time saying it since we've been in this live. I'm going to say again, congratulations, because somebody is about to come out. This today, I don't know. Today I was in here doing my own thing and I found myself worshiping because I just kept getting this celebratory thing in my spirit, Demar. And so I'm saying it to somebody again tonight. Congratulations. It is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but it's going to happen. And we declare it shall be done in the name of Jesus.
What can I say after that? I can't say anything after that, Simone, and 100% but to reiterate that and say, congratulations.
Yes.
It is done. You are approved and keep going. Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Simone. Thank
This
you,
is
everyone
beautiful.
who's on the
Let's do
live.
it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
tomorrow night again, same time, same place.
No, tomorrow night I'm booked. I'm booked tomorrow. we can do it one more than Tuesday. You don't see people them say, look here, you're having a Tuesday night thing. So no, we might see how it go. Eh?
We might say it go, man. But anyways, enough respect every time. And for
Same
you as
here.
well, Simone, your time is coming as well. Your
Thank
blessings
you.
is coming as well. You're
Thank
blessing
you.
us so much tonight, but I am blessing you. I'm letting you know that
Thank
your
you.
approval is coming, your good news is coming, and it's not if,
Thank you.
but it's when. You understand? We
Amen.
shall be
Thank
linking up in
you.
another. You shall
Yes.
be cooking because I'll be doing the eating. So you shall be cooking, right? So definitely claim it, believe it,
Yes.
accept it. All
Amen.
right.
Bless you. Bye
Have a
bye.
good night, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on tonight.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.